So we're going in with the Maybelline Superstay Foundation, and we're not going to put much of this because it is a natural look that we're going for today. This is a natural tutorial, so yeah, and because obviously I did oil my skin very well because this is obviously very mattifying. It is winter time. I need a very dewy foundation. Okay, so let us just begin. We're gonna dab this. We're gonna go over the eyebrows as well, simply because that is how we're gonna go over the eyebrows as well, because that is how I do my eyebrows. I always love to have a foundation under my eyebrows or before I put powder over them, just so it has something to stick to, and it normally just lasts a lot longer. This matter is just way too far for me. So now I'm going to go in with my MAC foundation, and this is actually a bit dark for me. So what I like to do when I'm going for a natural look, because I don't want to do a contour, I don't want to do concealer because it's going to be very heavy for my skin, I am just going to dab it in the areas where I would normally bronze, because that's just going to bring out the bronze and chisel your face, and also just warm up your face really nicely. It's not going to chisel it too much. It's not going to be too dramatic as a what should I call it? As a contour would. So now I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and this is in the shade Soft Beige, because I want to lighten up. As you can see, I'm looking very nice and golden and tan, but I do want to bring back some lightness to the center of my face like you would normally do when you're highlighting. But the purpose of using a foundation instead of a concealer, because concealers a lot of them are very heavy, a lot of them have high coverage, and we want to be light, and this is a very light finish, blendable, very liquidy foundation, so it's going to be very light on your face as well. So I'm going to apply this to the centers of where and bring it down. I like to bring mine down just to elongate my face, because the whole purpose of highlighting as well, you guys, is also going to add structure to your face, and a lot of people don't realize that. They just go and, you know, don't worry, we're not done blending. So now I'm going to go back in with the first foundation, which is the Maybelline Superstay Foundation, and I'm going to put that, just as you can see, the darker shade. I kind of need to correct it because it's gone, like, you know, when you contour, you want to fix that line. I like to use my foundation shade, because if I use the Wet n Wild, the lighter shade, a lot of people tend to highlight to correct their contour underneath, but I like to do that using my foundation shade, because by the end of the day, when you're done, I mean, you're gonna look lighter than you normally do look, because you're using so much of light. So I just like to put a lighter shade and then kind of correct wherever I need to correct with my foundation shade. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. And And now I'm taking the rounded part, the part where I haven't been using much, and I'm just going to kind of blend everything together so that everything doesn't look too obvious. As you can see, I'm going to go over and just blend, and kind of go over my entire face and blend everything in together, because we don't lines that are too obvious. We don't want to look too fake. Take your time, and I'm been like literally so light. To see how light I'm being, because at this point I don't want to press more, because I was pressing a little bit harder because I wanted to get a lot of the product off. So now I'm pressing in lightly because I just want to blend everything, and I don't want to move the product or pick up any of the product. Just get into the corners there. So I'm just taking my brush and I am just going to lighten under my eyes. I'm going to sit under my eyes as quick as possible. So again, I'm going to go in this time. Normally I would use a concealer, but for a natural everyday look, I would use my foundation. That is obviously my skin tone. So I'm going to go right ahead and use the Maybelline foundation that I used first. And I'm going to use that to clean up my brows and just make them more bougie. Like, this one really doesn't need it, but this one does. So I'm going to do both of them and hit a nice beautiful base. You want to have a nice beautiful eyeshadow base because we're not going to have much eyeshadow with that. So I just set my eyes. Obviously I added some of the foundation over my entire lid as well as my brow, and I set that with some translucent powder. So now I'm going back into the Morphe 35F palette, and I'm going in with a sort of light brownish shade. Remember, this is a very natural look, so we're not going to do much to the eyes except just bring them out a little bit more. Oh, this brush is so soft, you guys. And I think it's only like 30 rand, but it's something rand, if not 30 rand, if not 30 rand. So always go for softer brushes, especially for your blending brushes. You want to make sure they're all really, really soft. And I'm just going to kind of take that, because you would have noticed that I didn't do a nose contour, but just to kind of bring that, I'm going to take this down into my nose as well. Whatever's left on my brush, I'm just going to bring it down into my nose. Okay, so now that we're done blending, and I absolutely love that brush once again. So now that we're done blending, I want to go in and I want to use the, what do I want to use? Yeah. I want to go in and I want to use the exact same shade from the Morphe 35F, and I'm going to use the shade just to bronze up my face. Once again, just focusing on areas where you would normally bronze. I like first tapping in the product, and then because then you put it exactly where you want it to go, and then kind of go in and blend it out. This brush just is not as and now to blend that in even more, I am going to go in with my sponge. This is also going to pick up any of the harshness of the bronzer, because we don't want any harshness on our face. We want it to look as natural as possible. So now I'm going to go in with the same brush. I'm just going to wipe a bit of the product off. I like to go in with the very same brush because it just kind of blends better for me with all the products mixed together. I don't know if that makes any sense. And now, because I want a subtle look, I'm going to go right ahead and I'm going to go use the LIPGLOSS Pro Setting Spray, High Definition Setting Spray, Long Lasting Matte Finish. This definitely makes your makeup last forever because it is a matte setting spray. But because it's winter now, I kind of feel like I would prefer a more dewy hydrating setting spray compared to a matte. But this definitely makes your makeup last all day. So what I think I'm going to start doing is I'm going to use both the matte and the dewy setting spray. I'm going to use the matte first to lock in my foundation, and then I'm going to use a hydrating and oil-based setting spray to kind of bring back the dewiness in my face. I'm going to go in, while my face is still a bit wet, I'm going to go in with the NYX Butt Naked, turn the other cheek, and I'm going to go right ahead and use the bronzing palette, the highlighting and the blush. My palette is a bit dirty, and I want to kind of highlight, and I'm going to use both the middle and the outer shades. And the reason why I'm doing this at this point, but you know what, let me use my blending brush. When I was doing my foundation with just right going to, yes. 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 I don't know if it's showing. The reason why I'm using this highlighter because it is very, very subtle. Trust me. It's very, very subtle. But because it's so subtle, it gives you a very natural dewy look. So now I'm going to go in with the lightest shade in this palette, in the highlighting, and I'm going to kind of dab that on the, do you see that? Also, let's just bring that slightly up into our brow bone. You see that? Be careful not to ruin your eyebrow in this step. And also, let's take it on the tip of our nose and the bridge bone. Like, I'm not going all the way down though. I don't like going all the way down. My stuff is everywhere. Again, I'm going to go in with my blending brush and I'm just going to blend this in to pick up any excess product. So once again, it will look as flawless and as blended as possible. And then I should kind of have this light like this so that you guys can like see. Okay. And how it, oh my gosh, do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? And now for lips. I don't know what I want to do with my lips. I'm gonna moisturize them first. Okay. Let's just go in with another holy grail of mine. I'm gonna go in with the Essence Matte Long Lasting Lip Gloss. This one is a brownie shade. I don't know what's the shade called. And I'm just gonna really put a dab because this is like really brown. I'm just gonna dab it. Ugh. And then I'm gonna go in with the MAC, and this is in the shade Angel. And the reason why I added the brown, because this is quite pink, but the brown is really going to help settle it down a bit, and that is a really strong brown, so you really just need a dab. And that is it. Let me just make sure I've done everything that I wanted to do. No, that is not it, you guys. I'm lying. That is not it. Okay, we still want to go in with our inner corner again, going back into that NYX palette, and just dab some of that onto your eyelids. It doesn't have to be overpowering. And now for mascara, because we are going for a natural look, we are just going to go in with some mascara, and for that I'm using the Revlon Ultimate All-in-One. And the foundation is, this is the second one that I bought this year, and this one is almost drying down. But funny enough, I don't know why, but I really like my mascara when they've dried down a bit, because they just give me more body and more volume, if that makes any sense. And what we're going to do is we are only going to I'm going with the second coat. I'm going to do 3 coats. With this is my 3rd coat now, and my 3rd coat I'm gonna just, for the 3rd coat I'm just gonna focus it on the tip of the lashes and not go all the way down, and that is gonna add more length to your lashes. Now we are not going to go under the eye. We're going to leave the under eye area just as it is with this natural look, because we want to still keep the innocence back in. We still want to keep the innocent look in your eyes. So we're not going to put any foundation. We're not going to put any eyeshadow. We're not going to put any mascara. Dololo. We're going to put nothing under your brow. Under the bottom lash. Let me just go right ahead and finish my other lash, and we'll be done. Come on now. So this is the end result, you guys. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. I think that it turned out pretty well, other than the fact that I had a problem with the setting powder, which we won't say which one of those because I'm never going to use it again. But other than that, I think we turned out pretty darn awesome. I think we nailed this everyday natural makeup tutorial. We are glowing in the winter. The only thing that I regret not doing was putting this illuminating under my foundation, this Born to Glow illuminator under my foundation, because that's what I normally do, and I forgot to do it this time around. I think I was just too excited to shoot this video. I don't know. But anyway, that's a wrap for this video, you guys. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to share this video with all the sisters out there who need to have a natural everyday glow. Don't forget to stay beautiful, and I think we are gonna have one video this week, you guys. I think we're gonna have one video this week.